So what did you do on your Saturday morning? We went out for a drive and we're enjoying a weird morning.
Yeah. Sun was out.
It's all good. You know what, honey?
What's that?
That looks like fun.
That looks like fun.
Let's go do that.
Okay.
So this is our pilot for the day.
Hi folks, Jim Hutchinson here from Fort Colborne. We're going to go up and have a little flight over the Niagara region, see what we can see. The wind is picking up a little bit, but it's not too bad. It looks like we got a little bit of rain possibly coming in, but we'll see. We have sunlight over to the east, so we'll probably start over there and see what happens.
Sounds like a good plan. So last time we were in a plane, it jumped out of it, so...
Yeah.
Yes, I heard. My wife loves skydiving out of Burnaby when I turned 40.
That was my 50th. My 50th birthday was without. That's like we went.
And of course I disappointed her by not letting her fly the insurance money.
Yeah.
Disappointed again.
It's all good.
You know what I'll do? I'll put you in the left seat because that window opens it well. Window number 5 will look pretty cold, but this window doesn't open.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'll put you in the front left.
So I'll go around.
So Nikki, come on up here and I'll put you here.
Okay.
When I was a flight instructor in St. Catharines, one of my students was a guy named Frank Flake. He's a marvelous fellow. And we walk out to the airplane and it starts snowing like crazy. There was just one little cloud over the airport for a few minutes. I said, oh, I see your cousins are coming down. He and I one time, we found a cloud that was shaped just like a donut. So we spent half an hour flying between in and out of the donut hole.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you'd have to.
It was so cool. I wish I had video of it.
There's a joke in there, but I'm not going to do it.
I like your style of thinking. One shot of primer should work. She's locked, she's rich. In. Master switch on, rotating beacon, clear prop.
Well, that was awesome. Thank you.
I should have done 2 shots of primer. That's okay. I'm going to go by Brookfield Road for about 10 o'clock. The guy that was a cadet in our squadron, he died there 3 years ago today in a car accident. So they're having a little memorial thing there. He used to come flying with me when he was a cadet.
I'll see if I can get a photo for the family.
Yeah, his mom asked me about that. There's 2 sets of spark plugs on each cylinder, and I'm isolating each one to make sure they still work, which they do. That's good. This is carburetor heat. This is the carburetor, not fuel protection.
Yeah.
I'm taking hot air from the exhaust, running it into the carburetor, which makes, because warm air is less dense, you get that drop. So I know my carburetor needs work. This thing here is the mixture. It's like the choke. I'm reducing the fuel flow to the engine. It'll increase a little bit and then start to drop, so that's good. That's actually how we shut the engine off afterwards. Our field elevation is 580 feet above sea level. That's the altimeter.
Okay.
The height of St. Catharines is 321 feet. The difference in height is the Niagara Escarpment. We fly in heights above sea level. This is our compass. It's offset with our directional gyro. That's our airspeed indicator. And we are set to go.
Okay.
We're going to take off on runway 34. We're going to sharp for 340 degrees. That's how runways are numbered.
Yep.
No, traffic. Here we go. Taxi. time I fly an airplane is because I was an Air Cadet. So to say that I'm very grateful to the organization for everything they've done for me is an understatement. Last April, we took our cadets from Fort Colborne to England and France on an educational trip. We attended the Bimmy Ridge Memorial Service, and actually the weather at Bimmy Ridge looked kind of like this, not very nice to the north. But it was a fantastic experience. It was a trip of a lifetime for our cadets. And once COVID is done, we can go back and see them. At the moment right now, we're doing virtual meetings. I have the cadets studying some information on submission. What we're doing right now is we're picking up on Little Hawk Island, just off the Lake Erie, historic Lake Erie. And it's up ahead on our left. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down and give you folks some video and some pictures. It's not a terribly nice day for pictures. We'll do this again on a sunnier day.
go up?
I usually try and get up once a week if I can, once every other week. A lot of it is because of time, money. Not so much money. Time is my biggest enemy now.
I'm like, oh great, the brakes don't work.
No, that's a flat handle.
How was it for you down Dawson? Great, thank you very much, Jim. You're a good man, I don't care what it is.
That's right. Well, the traffic, extra uniform echo is clear runway 34, taxi runway 23 back.
Just in time, the snow's hitting.
Yeah. Oh, one flight is better than none.
Well, I'm glad that we were on it. What do you think, honey? Are you not getting any...
No, I can't hear you.
No, we only have radio jacks in the front seat on this thing, not in the back.
I'm sorry, honey. That explains why you weren't talking. I must admit, that did surprise me.
I didn't have to hear that.
Those antique cadets. Yeah, the kids at the squadron, they call me the oldest cadet in the squadron. Oh my God, it was so funny. We were on that trip. We went on a boat in Welland called in London called HMS Belfast. And the Belfast shelled both Juno and Gold Beach on D-Day. And it's now a floating museum in the Thames, just down from the Tower of London. So when you go off this thing, there's a gift shop. Of course, I'm crazy for buying airplanes and books. I'd already bought a ton of stuff, so I'm looking at this beautiful sterling silver Spitfire, and I'm thinking, wow, that would look so awesome on my coffee table.
Nice.
And the one kid grips it out of my hand and says, no, you can't have it, you've already bought enough stuff. So he pulls it out of my hand. He and this other big kid, they grab me. And they haul me down the gangplank while everyone else is laughing hilariously. Everyone else is laughing hilariously at me.
So, we're back down on the ground here, Jim.
We are.
And
safe and sound.
Which is nice.
And it appears that we can use the airplane again, so that's a bonus after a landing.
Absolutely. Any landing you can walk away from, right?
Yeah, that's right. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to ground the airplane. We're going to put fuel in it. When airplanes fly through the air, they build a lot of static. And so the grounding wire, in case there's any static and a spark, the grounding wire will take the spark and you don't get the fuel going boom, which is a bad thing. We've just been up flying around the Niagara. Yeah, you like that, eh? We've just been flying up around the Niagara region. Unfortunately, the weather is starting to cooperate not too well, so I think this is our last flight for the day, but we've had a wonderful time flying over Port Colborne and everything. I did my pilot license through the Air Cadets way back in the 1980s, so I really am an antique Air Cadet. But for any of you folks out there with bored 12 to 18-year-old young people that are looking for something to do, well, just have them join the Port Colborne Air Cadets. I'm the squadron pilot and the flying training officer for 79 Squadron in Port Colborne. And we generally meet at the Port Colborne High School on Wednesday nights, so unfortunately right now COVID has kind of got things in a holding pattern, just like everything else. However, we are doing virtual meetings and some interesting information on there, so I'm
just pointing where the links will appear. Okay.
Oh, okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put fuel in the tanks and the wings because the airplane was half tanks when we left, so I'm going to fill it up so we're all set for the next time, which hopefully will be well, tomorrow if I have my luck, but my wife might have other ideas for me. But we'll see what happens. So thanks for flying with us today, and I hope you enjoyed all those pictures and photos that Carl took.
You know what? I got to say thanks, Jim, on behalf of myself and my good wife.
Yeah.
It's been a really interesting flight. You kept us entertained. You gave us a history of the Air Cadets, which will all be available on the links that you'll see at the end of the video. And maybe we look forward to doing it again sometime.
My God, that sounds a great idea.
Thank you.
Take care. Fly safe. All right.
So how was that, honey?
Hmm?
How was that?
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Every freaking minute of it.
Oh, and I even managed to not fart while we were up there.
God.
I just didn't want the pilot having a medical emergency. That was a lot of fun. We went all the way around Port Colborne, Shirkston, Abineau, over to Brookfield. We must have been up there over an hour.
Yeah, we were. Just over.
Yeah. Jim's a really nice guy. It's very, very kind of him to take us up there. Morning. Morning.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Absolutely. But it's snowing and it's cold. So we're going to get in the car, turn on the heat, and off to take photos of eagles. There's another video coming up. Bye for now.